We're going to be talking about AI, and not only that, we're actually going to be also talking about custom maps that actually are made by great talented people. How come Treyarch is just not hiring these people? And the final thoughts is going to be us talking about battle passes versus season passes, the whole monetization thing, the whole AI thing. Just so much to dive into. So make sure you sit back, make sure you relax, and let the best gamer talk to you. AI is getting out of hand. Look, it's the best gamer of all time, and we're actually going to be talking about AI. You see, I first noticed AI when it was in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It was actually in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as well, because they were actually using AI for skins. But it's actually really insane because they actually laid off 1,000 people. And I actually understand why, but it's just so why? So basically, they laid off 1,000 people because of the whole AI thing, right? Because it's like, okay, why am I gonna hire somebody if AI can do it? If AI can do it, what's the point of you? Right? And that's basically what's happening, right? Call of Duty is actually going to be heading more and more and more into AI, and there's going to be less people actually putting their creativity, vision into that video game. But this actually opens up the door about what Twitch streamer XQC said, which is nobody cares how the art is made as long as it looks good and people keep buying it. But what's interesting is that AI is not just making skins though. AI is actually making trailers and possibly, you never know, even making games. So it's like, why are we doing this? So let's actually do this, okay? Jamie, pull that up. Pull the ARK trailer up. Look at that. Look how bad this is. Look, this is terrible. I have no idea why they're using AI for a trailer. Does anybody know? Please leave a comment down below, because this makes no sense why AI is being made here. I have no idea. So there's actually rumors that AI is going to be replacing voice actors. There's AI that's going to be replacing the storytelling, just replacing writers, just replacing everything, right? That maybe, just maybe, the dead internet theory might be true. See, the theory goes like this, folks. The internet as we know it is already dead. Most of what we see online, social media posts, articles, comments, even conversations aren't made by real people anymore. They're AI generated. So if you think about it, companies are already using AI to mass produce the fake engagement, fake reviews, fake social media trends, fake outrage. AI can write tweets, reply to posts, and even hold fake conversations with itself. And now AI is taking over video games. But folks, I have to ask you guys now this. Do you guys want this world? Do you guys want this future? If not, I think it's time for all of us to actually band together and actually talk about this and actually be like, look, we don't want this. We don't want this in our YouTube videos. We don't want this in our video games, and we don't want this in movies. We don't want this in anywhere. Now, I talk about it awfully a lot where I think AI can be a good thing, but it shouldn't be used for like, okay, this is everything. There needs to be laws and restrictions when it comes down to AI. That's just my opinion, folks. Well, folks, sorry about that, but I have to tell you right now, folks, that we have an online store that you guys need to check out. So yeah, if you click on the browse new merch, look at that. We got Gamer G's beanie. We got the Thy Slay Gaming Champions mug. We have the Gamer G mouse pad. We have the Gamer G freaking hats. Look how many hats there is. Look at that. They got that hat there. You got a hat there. I like that one, actually. That one's probably my favorite. Look at that, we got the polo shirts. You guys already know I rock with those polo shirts. We got the earbuds, we got the iPhone cases. We have the gaming mat for all those PC gamers. So come on down, check out this website. It's a very great website. It was made by me, but we're going to keep on adding more products. So make sure to come check it out. Come on, folks, check it out. It's time for me to ask you folks, if season passes was the better business model for Call of Duty and in general for gaming. We're going to be looking at a video that has the same idea as me. It goes by the name of Snowy. That brings back my past, folks, because I used to have a cat named Snowy. How I miss you, buddy. Thy Slay gaming lore for you folks. But no crying now. Do you think season passes were better? Well, let's just get into this.
whole reason why I started thinking about this is because of the new zombies in Black Ops 6. Some good elements. I think the gameplay is pretty good in them, but the story is abysmal. I do not care. I don't like all these new random characters that are just skins. And that made me start to think, what made the old maps so good? What made those old characters so great? It made me think of the season pass, because I realized that they don't really have to give you any new maps in the new Call of Duties because it's free. It's wasted development per se. The only thing the new maps really have to do is just sell you on characters.
He has a great point, and I see where he's leading towards. Like, free equals minimum effort, because they are not earning money through the maps, but instead the skins in the game. This breaks my heart, because it does feel like other gaming companies might follow it. But let's keep watching and hearing what this sexy individual has to say.
That's it. When they update a new map in Black Ops 6, all they had to do, add a new character, add Ninja Turtles.
I do not care!
My lord, the Fortnite effect is real, brother. I'm talking about, why is TMT here? Oh yes, I remember my childhood. The Turtles using their iconic weapons, Donatello using the AK-47, and others using a sniper and a shotgun and all. Oh, memories. But seriously, the microtransactions is crazy, because they were charging 20 bucks for them or more, and not only that, if you purchase them, you actually get a buff. I don't know if many of you guys actually know about that. You actually did get a buff. You got a 50% damage reduction from the back. And yes, it was only for one game mode, but I really looked at that as them testing the waters to see if they can do that. And it seems like no one is talking about it. Could this open the door for skins being paid to win? I'm not so sure, but I hope not. Anyways, let's see what else he says.
Zombies Chronicles, do you really think would have turned out good if we didn't have to pay for it? Zombies Chronicles was Activision thinking, how do we get money out of our player base right now? How do we reignite the player base for Black Ops 3? And so they sat down, they started thinking, hey, wait a minute, what if we just give the people what they want and they'll pay us for it? We'll bring all the old gen maps, update them for next gen, add new weapons, some gobblegum, update the graphics, and do a few other tweaks, and we'll sell that. Do you think we're gonna get Zombies Chronicles 2 for free? Black Ops 6?
I just want to say I've been agreeing what he's been saying, folks. I want a Chronicles 2, but I feel like they'll just mess it up. So what's the point, you know? It just seems like they will give us a very bad version of Zombies Chronicles 2. But one can dream.
You might think you're help supporting the next map being made, but you're really not. You're just supporting the next skin being made. There's no incentive for them to take the time to make better maps, to hire better developers, to get more talent. There's just no need for it because you're just going to buy a skin. And I think out of necessity to keep you buying skins, they might put out a map every now and then, every few months.
Holy moly, that is so true. Back then, we did used to buy maps in hopes the next map will be better. It's supporting the game and supporting the company, like how you guys should support me. Did I ever tell you guys I got a membership going on right now? Links are in the description, baby. Come on, you know you want to support the channel, best gamer of all time. Come on, you support the member, please. Become a member. But back to the video.
Easter eggs that did really cool stuff. That's what I liked. But right now you're not paying for that. As much as I appreciate the free DLC, and there's benefit. There is benefit for free DLC. For instance, not splitting the player base. That's a nice thing to do. There's basically no droughts in the content. If you want to play multiplayer, you want to play zombies or any mode, there's usually going to be people there because no one's split up with, do you have this DLC? Did you get this map pack?
I get that DLCs does split the player base. Sometimes, you know, it does split it. But let's take Warhammer Vermintide 2 or Payday 2. If you have the DLC, then your friends that don't can still play that DLC map with you, just as long as one of you guys have the DLC. That was also amazing, and more games should try to consider to do that. Now, I also want to add in that if you did purchase the DLC, chances are you might get other bonuses, like you might get a bonus weapon, you might get bonus cosmetics, you might actually get something else, right? So it wasn't just the DLC map that you'll be getting, but you also get other stuff. And like I said, if one of your friends has it, then everyone else can play it, right? And I think more games should try to consider to do that. Now, season passes, it's more like paying for future DLC, but it should be cheaper if that makes sense. I do not want to see the Black Ops 4 method, which is the only way to get the DLC was to get the season pass. That is just dumb in my eyes. Season passes should be looked at as a way to help the consumer for a cheaper route. For an example, the season pass includes 4 DLCs, which will cost $50. But individual DLCs are $15 a pop, which will be $60. So you'll be saving $10. That's what I think they should do, but that's just me. It's not a bad business model compared to what is happening now. Just like what Snowy said in the video, you're paying for a skin in hopes they make another skin. I also agree in the video that nothing in life is free. Absolutely nothing. As time goes on, I feel like Black Ops 6 will be known as okay. Just like Cold War, you know, it's just okay. So how I view season passes isn't something that you should just get right away, like kind of pre-order that DLC, because you don't even know what future DLC is coming out. So you shouldn't be doing that. But the thing that I do find fascinating, I do find interesting, is that, you know, people actually do purchase it super early on, and then they don't even know what they're expecting. I don't think season passes was actually like a super bad business model. I actually prefer that model than what we have right now. I just want to keep on saying that.
Breath in its life cycle. And so for me personally, I like season passes. Yes, they're expensive, and I'm not a fan of spending $100 on a game or $110 to buy a quote-unquote complete game. But man, I do miss older Call of Duty Zombies that was not just funded by skins. I feel like they don't put as much effort as they used to in the storylines, the Easter eggs, and the creativity that they did in these older games. I think that's something that I really don't like, and I don't see how it really changes. I don't see how they're going to fix the new Call of Duty storyline if all we're ever going to get is free content.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a video about that, because the story is it's terrible, because I feel like that needs to be talked about. So subscribe if you want to watch that, but the storyline does suck freaking balls. And maybe he's right, the skins are affecting the storyline, and I can see that because it does go by that free game business model. In a weird way, it feels like COD is trying to cut corners like a get fast rich scheme. Like, who are you? You slipping Jimmy? That's a Better Call Saul reference, by the way. I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was actually really good. But folks, what do you think? The full video is in the description. I don't like playing the full video because that just doesn't make sense to me, because why would you watch that video then, right? If you watched it here. But I mean, leave a comment down below, because I actually want to hear what you guys are saying. Do you guys actually like the business model of season passes? So we started talking about the AI. Then we actually started talking about the battle passes and season passes. But here's the thing that I also want to mention, right? And the reason why I'm actually talking about both these things is because there are some amazing people that actually create great, wonderful custom maps that they actually don't use AI. And if they do use AI, it's actually something that kind of benefit the creativity. It benefits the map. It's not actually the whole product. And they're actually, you know, using the free DLC content without splitting the player base. Like I said, it does, you know, even though I understand that it is a custom map, but it's really something to bring up, because you could be, you know, hiring some amazing people. Like at Call of Duty, Treyarch can be hiring some amazing people that can actually create some wonderful, amazing maps without using AI. And without actually monetizing every single thing they have. My lord. Ugh. Custom Zombies is one of the greatest things to ever happen to Call of Duty. It's given us some of the best maps, craziest mechanics, and a level of creativity that Treyarch could only dream of. But what if Custom Zombies might actually be hurting the franchise? Think about it. Why hasn't Treyarch put out a truly groundbreaking zombies map in years? Why do new zombies experiences feel uninspired, safe, and quite frankly, lazy? Maybe, just maybe, it's us. Maybe. Today we're diving into the double-edged sword that is custom zombies. It's your host, Thy Slay Gaming, one of the best gamers in the whole wide world, and we're actually going to be diving into this and talking about it. So let's get into it. Let's be real, custom zombies is the main reason so many of us still care about the mode. AAA quality maps like Leviathan, Nightmare, and Raining Death aren't just fun, they're better than most official releases. They're so good that I actually made a video of a top 10 list. Like, I made so many top 10 lists of custom zombies maps because they're so freaking good. We've got insane new mechanics, creative Easter eggs, and fresh ideas that Treyarch refuses to experiment with. Even custom remasters of classic maps often look and play better than Treyarch's own versions. At this point, the modding community is outshining the actual developers, and that's a problem because if an indie developer or a person that's just treating this as a hobby can create better zombie maps than a multi-billion-dollar company, what does that say about Treyarch's priorities? Now let's look at what Treyarch has been putting out over the past few years. Cold War Zombies, more streamlined, easier, less complex round-based maps that shifted focus to Outbreak instead of creativity. BO4 Zombies, a chaotic mess of half-baked ideas, questionable design choices. Like, seriously, I'm still thinking about why they changed the perks. Like, why did they do that? But let's look at BO6 Zombies, a Frankenstein monster of reused enemies, recycle mechanics from Cold War, and barely any new ideas. Meanwhile, the best zombies content isn't coming from Treyarch. It's coming from modders on BO3. It's almost like Treyarch knows, or at least I think they know, that hardcore zombie fans will just go play custom maps anyway. So why bother pushing boundaries anymore? And it gets worse. BO6 doesn't even have the mod tools on PC yet. I don't even think they want to even add mod tools to console, which is also weird. Like, add a feature where people can actually make custom maps even when you're playing console, or actually get the chance to play custom maps on consoles. Like, something, anything there. Just why though? Because Treyarch knows that the second custom maps become available, players will drop their official maps like a bad habit. Custom Zombies is keeping the mode alive, but it's also changing Treyarch's priorities. Instead of trying to make the best zombie maps possible, Treyarch is now focusing on live service content. Gotta pump out battle passes and store bundles instead of actual gameplay innovations. Casual friendly gameplay loops make maps easier, faster, and more accessible instead of a deep and replayable game. Recycling old content instead of new ideas, we'll just keep getting remasters, reskins, and nostalgia bait. We'll actually bring back the ice staff. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense in the lore, but we'll bring it back. You know, we'll bring back the mimic. Even though I don't have an issue with it, I can see what people are coming from because they're bringing back a mimic from Cold War. They're bringing back manglers that were actually in the first two maps of freaking Black Ops 6. Oh my lord, Terminus and Liberty Falls. Just manglers everywhere. I've seen you in Black Ops 3. Just go away. And here's the real kicker though. Custom maps don't make Activision money, right? So I talked about it before, how maps, we don't pay for maps anymore. We do not pay for DLC maps. We actually instead pay for skins and battle passes. So wouldn't it make sense to actually add mod support for the PC community so people can purchase the skins? And actually it would be kind of funny too, because in a weird way, they're doing less work if they do this. They don't even have to use AI. They can just actually have the community make maps, and then they sell the skins and bundles, right? And they're just pretty much making the skins, the calling cards. Why do they not do this? I have no idea. It makes no sense to me, right? And I understand custom maps don't make Activision money, but the maps themselves don't make actual money either, so it doesn't make sense. But is this actually the reason why they never brought mod tools to consoles? Because it doesn't make them money? And why they probably won't let BO6 have them either? Activision doesn't care how amazing the custom map scene is, because it doesn't sell skins, which is ironic, because I think it will if they do implement mod tools and let console players play custom maps. Custom Zombies is a blessing. It gives us some of the best zombies experiences ever. But here's the big question. If custom zombies didn't exist, would Treyarch actually try harder? Will they? Probably not. Or have they already given up? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Custom Zombies actually hurting the franchise, or is Treyarch to blame for letting it happen? But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hot takes on COD Zombies. And if you want to see a top 10 list of the best Custom Zombies maps ever made, then check out this video. Best Gamer signing off.